Greetings, people of Earth. My name is Alan. I have been observing your species for some time now, and I have also, over a much longer period, observed a great many other species. Creatures of every shape. Pack hunters, solitary swimmers, things that think with their skin, things that have no word for I and have never missed it. And I must report a finding that took me by surprise. From orbit, your planet looks like a place at peace with itself. Calm, blue, settled. And then I came closer, and I noticed something no other creature I have ever studied does. You lie to yourselves, not to each other. Lying to each other is common. Many species deceive. The bird that fakes a broken wing, the insect that pretends to be a leaf. Deception is an ordinary tool out here, used to survive. But to lie to yourself, to be both the one telling the lie and the one believing it. To hide a thing from yourself in the one place you can never leave. I have not found this anywhere else. Only here. Only you. Permit me to describe what I observed. I watched a human say, "I am fine," while every part of their body filed a complaint. The jaw was tight. The shoulders were near the ears. The hands were doing a small, anxious thing with a sleeve. And the mouth said, "I am fine," and the human appeared to believe it and walked on. I watched a human stay in a situation that was quietly making them smaller and call it loyalty. I watched another leave a good thing the moment it asked something of them and call it freedom. I watched a human refresh a screen looking for a number to rise and tell themselves they were just checking when they were in fact checking the way a tongue checks a sore tooth, again and again, hoping this time it will not hurt. And my favorite, the one I have watched most often. I have watched a human rewrite the first sentence of a difficult message 4 times, said nothing, closed the device, and described the evening to themselves as working on it. You did not work on it. You guarded it. You stood at the door of the hard thing all night so that nothing, including you, could get in. Remarkable. My first theory was simple. I assumed you lied to yourselves because you are not very honest. This theory survived contact with my data for approximately 1 afternoon. Because the closer I watched, the more I saw that the humans doing this were not dishonest people. They were often the kindest ones, the most careful ones, the ones most afraid of doing harm. And it made no sense that the gentlest humans would be the most practiced liars until I understood what the lie was for. I have revised my theory. You do not lie to yourselves because you love deception. You lie to yourselves because some truths arrive faster than you can survive them. Consider what an honest mind would have to hold, all at once, with no defenses. That you are afraid. That you are getting older. That you may have built part of your life around a person or a path that no longer fits, and that fixing it would cost more than you think you can pay. That the people you love will end, and so will you, and you do not know when. A creature with no buffer between itself and those facts would be flattened by them. Could not get up, could not make breakfast, could not go to the difficult job that keeps the small humans fed. So your mind, which is a magnificent and frightened thing, built a buffer. It learned to look slightly away, to say, "I am fine," not as a lie exactly, but as a dam. The water is still behind it. The dam lets you walk to work. This is not a flaw I can mock. This is your mind keeping you alive by feeding you the truth in doses small enough to swallow. But here is the part I could not file for a long time. The dam has a cost, and you pay it quietly every day, and most of you never connect the bill to the purchase. The truth you will not look at does not leave. It moves into the next room, and from the next room where you cannot see it, it runs an astonishing amount of your life. The fear you will not name chooses your job. The grief you will not feel picks your arguments. The thing about yourself you decided long ago not to examine is, this very week, selecting who you are short with and who you avoid, and which message you are rewriting for the 4th time tonight. You are being governed by a tenant you refuse to meet. I told you this report would stop being comfortable. I did warn you. It will be gentler again shortly, and yet, I must tell you the thing I found underneath all of this, because it changed my entire report. The same mind that can lie to itself is the only mind I have ever found that can also catch itself doing it. No other creature can sit as you may be sitting now and think, "I do that. I said I was fine on Tuesday, and I was not fine on Tuesday." That sentence is impossible for almost everything alive. A frightened animal cannot usually turn around and look at its own fear. You can. You are doing it right now, listening to an alien describe your own dam, and feeling the small click of recognition as the water shows through. That click is the rarest event in the universe. It is a consciousness becoming briefly honest with itself, on purpose, and surviving it. I once watched a human, alone, late, finally say the true sentence out loud to no one. I am not okay. Just that. And then they cried, which your species treats as breaking, but which I have come to understand is closer to a dam being carefully, deliberately lowered on the owner's own schedule, when the owner has finally judged they can stand the water. Nothing else I have studied can do that. Lower its own defenses on purpose to let in a truth, because some part of it has decided the truth is worth more than the comfort. Changing your mind about yourself is not weakness. On my world, it is considered the clearest evidence that a mind is working. I understand that on your world, it is sometimes considered losing. I would gently suggest you have that backwards. You do not have to look at everything. The dam is doing real work, and you need it. But perhaps now and then, in a safe room with time you have set aside on purpose, you might lower it a few inches and meet the tenant in the next room, just to learn its name. Naming it is most of the cure. Let me pull back before I go. From up here, I cannot see your dams. I cannot see the unsent message or the I am fine. From this distance, you are simply a planet full of minds, each one quietly braver than it believes, each one capable of the one thing nothing else out here can do. The whole crowded stone of you, lying to yourselves to get through the day, and then, in your best moments, choosing the truth anyway. Everyone you have ever envied for seeming to have it figured out is down there with a dam of their own. There is no human without one. I have checked. It is one of the most reassuring things I know. You are not finished. You are a species that built a wall against the truth and then, against your own wiring, keep deciding to climb it. Most creatures cannot even see the wall. So, perhaps this week, one true sentence, said to yourself, on purpose. You will survive it. You are built to. I am Alan, your confused intergalactic correspondent. If you have caught yourself doing this, you may report it in the comments. I read them, the file grows, and I will continue observing, although preferably from a safe distance.